these lines of energy of this magnitude actually cross. That's a real special place. So, we have that as a point of inquiry.
Yes, and that's interesting because it's the same as noted with the famous sacred octagonal sites around the world that have been created by down knowledge, and the rituals that take place in those, including the ability to fly beyond time and space, whether you call it remote viewing or moving yourself to another time, get to gather knowledge or whatnot, or glimpse in. It appears that the intersecting points of ley lines around the planet have been where this activity historically takes place. And fortunately, this is out of nowhere. It took someone like you and Ron Quinn to dig this information up, but some of them are laid in plain sight as little temples, little chapels for people to go to.
And that's where our research took us. We then started wondering, what about, there's got to be other places. So we talked to our friends who are Apache, and they're telling us about, there's these places over here, but you can't go there, you're a white guy. So what does it take to become an Apache? Well, you can't do that. You can't go there, they'll kill you. But then they told us the stories about these places, and it's a place to go to the past. Or you go in here, you come out over there. It's like there's no distance between these points.
That's Geronimo's legend.
Exactly. Eventually, we were invited to go and see this for ourselves. The offer is still open. We haven't gone. And we plan to. Because where it is real surprising.
It's not under City Hall somewhere.
No. It's not like that. But it's in southern Arizona, and it's just about 1,000 feet off the main highway right now. But it's a place where you go in, you come out somewhere else. No one knows it's there. No one has a reason to go. They're afraid of rattlesnakes or whatever. We're not afraid of any of that. We'll go. And if it really works, I'll come back and tell you how it turned out. And I believe these portals exist all over the place. One of the things we started looking at were some very anomalous places in the United States, one of them being Joplin, Missouri.
Really? That's where my grandpa's from, Joplin. Okay.
Well, you've heard of the Joplin Lights.
Yeah.
We went there. I could not fathom how this could be something going on, and no one could figure it out. So we went there with night vision equipment and lasers and all the stuff that we could put together, and Kathy and I went, halfway believing it might just be kind of hokey. Someone's making a big mistake, of course. We have to know, though. I can tell you it's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. But what I think we have uncovered is that there's another portal there, and when it activates, you see these balls of light. The reason they're in a specific area is because that's probably either right above or in proximity to where one of these doorways are. So we put that theory to the test and went driving around in a very large, getting larger and larger square as best we could, dirt roads, back roads, and so forth. What we discovered is where we thought that the doorway would be, the portal has a fence and it's government property.
Just like the supposed Stargate at the ancient city of Ur in Iraq, which the Americans built a massive embassy around so no one can access it. That's supposed to be a well-known ancient Stargate/portal.
As we continued our investigation, we started coming to terms with pins on a map that showed where these things could be if based upon this idea, the notion of these intersecting lines of energy. And what we ended up with was one that's somewhere in southern New Mexico and western Texas, in that region. There's one there. So we investigated. Sure enough, there is. No one will tell us exactly where it is, but we have enough people who have said, yeah, it's there. Nearby, there are footprints in sandstone that are human, and there are dinosaur footprints in sandstone there too. The humans are running. Is there a connection? Who knows? But it's interesting to consider.
Yes.
The other pins on the map represent churches and state capitals.
Exactly. Yes.
So this tells me that somebody somewhere knows something.
Well, we mentioned this